Okay, how's that? Can I be heard? Testing, 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 testing. If anybody is here, test, test, test. How do you like that? Thanks, Dave. No sound or picture, just the stream. Well, how do you like that? Okay, is that better? You can hear me now? I can be heard now? Okay, thanks. Thanks, bro. Couldn't do it without you, bro. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Now I clicked off all my screens. So I got to set up my screens now. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for helping me out, brother. So let me get my screen set back up. When things like that happen anymore, I find that I don't get too bent out of shape. I believe that it is a spiritual thing where you try to bring the light of the word and things like this do happen. My computer works is working fine all day, and then it comes time to do the video, and all of a sudden everything crashes. I think part of it has to do with the time slot that I do the video, where people are getting home out here and they get right on the internet and find out what's going on, and it clogs everything up. So that's all right. It is what it is. I just thank the creator. I think he wants us to, as part of him training us, teaching us to be the type of people that he wants us to be, by giving us what we were talking about the other day, like afflictions and trials and the purpose for them. So there's no need to get all bent out of shape at every little thing that goes on. I think it helps you to work your patience. Now, let's see. All right. So before I left, I was just talking a little bit about how I believe the the creator, he uses knowledge and to help us to mature, to help us to learn. And I just wanted to look at a couple of verses on knowledge, because I was doing a little word study, and I came across some verses that I decided that I wanted to share on the video today before I got to the reading. So I'm trying to set myself up right now to get back to where I was before the video started messing up on me. So let me share. Know that I'm probably like a lot of you, brethren. I just find myself thinking, meditating a lot of times on what this our journey, what it's all about, and uh, what can we learn from it. And I was at the beginning sharing a little bit about how you look around you and you see the blessing that many people are under in this reality, and you could tend to think that you're missing out, and then you get, as you begin to as you begin to grow, and then you see that the blessing that the people that we see around us, that they are under, and how it is and you just have to hope that the people who have a piece of the world, that they also have a piece of they also are spiritual as well. I mean, chances are it seems like they're not, because the pull of the world, the dainties of life is a very, very strong pull. So, like I said, I was thinking about knowledge and how it affects people. And there was one particular verse that I was looking for. And I'm going to have to try to find it. But till then, I wanted to share some verses that I got hung up on looking, or when I got to, before I got to the verse that I wanted to share. And it had to do with knowledge. And here's something that, an example of how I was looking for something else, and in doing so, you come across so many OAHSPE verses that make you stop and you want to read that. Now I'm looking for that verse I was looking for, and I'm coming across this, but this is not what I wanted to share. It says, "Have you?" It says, "Have you not given me an inquiring spirit?" So let me see who's saying this. Okay, this is Tay. This is Tay's prayer. Okay, again, this ain't the verse that I was looking for, that I wanted to share about knowledge. And it says, "Have you not?" Hi, Jamia. Hey, sis, good to see you. I got booted off there for a second. So, all right, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm talking a little bit about knowledge, different verses. And I, at the beginning of the video, I just got off onto thinking about how knowledge, it affects all of us, some for the positive, some for the negative. I've grown up seeing how knowledge, it really, how it gets used. I've seen a lot of men use it for their own glory, and it's taught me. It was a way that the Creator taught me. I don't want to be that way. I mean, at one point, you want to be the center of attention. I realize that's the spirit in the world, and I don't condemn it. And I think, matter of fact, some zodiac signs, they're born to be in the spotlight. Leo is one of them. They're born for the spotlight, but it's just not my vibration. But I think that when you look at knowledge, I think it can be destructive if you try to attribute it to yourself. If you get it and then you don't want to share it, or you want to make it like it came from you, you figured this out on your own. There's a verse in the Bible where Jesus Christ said that. He said that, "What do you have that you have not received?" That's the picture of the wisdom, the wise picture of the Jesus Christ narrative in the Bible. I think that's the Jesus Christ that the Creator made him speak some wisdom. And then there's the picture of the Jesus Christ that I see deception. And then also, just now I'm just getting a thought about this sort of thing. Gemini is the twins. They're the twins. And see, it's like that's the picture that Jesus Christ, I'm not saying he was Gemini, but it's the picture he gives you. He gives you the righteous and the deceiver. It seemed like the Creator, he uses Jesus Christ to show you the righteous and the deceiver. Because now I can go all throughout the Bible and show you righteousness and show you deception. And so here, the Creator, he even uses what's meant to deceive man, the Bible, the compilation of the Bible, to lead people to the beast kingdom. And the Creator, he can even use the Bible to make the Bible speak enough for you, brethren, to learn a lesson. That's how great the Creator is, man. When you think about it, ain't nothing gonna hurt you. There's just nothing that can hurt you. The Creator, I mean, he makes it pretty simple, to sow to the spirit, not to the flesh. That's basically all it's all about. Knowing that we have an inheritance, knowing that we have a reality that we can't even describe. I mean, do you ever sit and just think in your mind the best that it could ever, What is a knockout day to you, man? I mean, a real, I've shared it. It may sound kooky to other people. I understand that, but people are like that. We're different. I talk about being in a, maybe some big house in Georgia, and it's thundering and lightning and really windy. Stormy weather just does something to me. Around the evening time, and I remember those times in Cincinnati, Ohio, and man, it just blessed my soul. I don't know why. Now to me, man, it's hard to top that. Maybe you just sitting there and, outdoor porch covered so the rain don't hit you on a swing, the stormy weather. I mean, I know it probably sound, but you got your thing too. There's something that really, really it floats your boat. The perfect day, man. I mean, it's like it helps to keep driving you to the creator because it's out there somewhere. And it's like you want to go back to it. I mean, okay, I know I don't want to sound kooky, man, but I believe that it's just something that's in your spirit. And I don't know if we were ever there before in antiquity. I don't think that we were. I don't know, but I know that I mean, I'm not the only one. People, they have an idea in their head that a situation they would just love to be in. It just bring the best out of them. That's part, I believe, what it's all about is faith. I think that we know that there's a world, there are worlds, there are realities that, I mean, we're just at the start, and, this journey we're on. I mean, the people that you are surrounded with, they are just the people that really bless your soul. The environment, the reality, it's just all good, man. And the desire of the creator is for everyone to come under that. Because really, it's not really a party. I'm not saying heaven is a party or the spiritual realm, but it's better when it's a whole, when it's when everybody is under a blessing. And if you could see it and be in it, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So here's a little. I was looking for a verse that I want to share on knowledge, and I'm stumbling on verses. You know how the OAHSPE is. You read this and you read that, and now here's something I stumbled on that I don't mind sharing with you. It says, now this is Tay's prayer from the book Tay's prayer. It says, "Have you not given me an inquiring spirit?" See, knowledge. Even right here is talking about knowledge. That's us, man. I love seeing us. I love to see myself, man, in the OAHSPE. Oh man, you brethren gotta love it too. He says, he said, "Have you not given me an inquiring spirit so that I must prove all things to my own satisfaction? How and when then, O Jehovah, shall I find growth in my own members so that I can know the spirit worlds and its inhabitants? I will not be appeased by merely seeing the spirits of the dead or by their testimony. They may call themselves God, Christ, Buddha, Brahman, Allah, Confucius, or Jesus. Yet I will not rest on them or their word. I will put forward my plea to you only, O Jehovah. I'm your son, your daughter." Easy to understand type of verses like this. And the creator is lifting it up. That's why it's part of his word. I mean, knowledge, it drives us. We want to know. Not the whole world, not at this time, because I don't think their time has come yet. I think for the faith, this is the creator. He's showing us, and it resonate with you like it does nobody else. I mean, the creator he got the ability to bind you. Here the footnote, it said, for example, spiritual senses such as spiritual ears and spiritual eyes, also soul, discernment, and judgment. And it's a footnote for this phrase right here. O Jehovah, shall I find growth for my own members? Your extremities, your ears, your eyes, your senses. Now, I'm looking for that verse that I wanted to share, and this is not it either, but these are verses on knowledge, and it's good to it's always good to share, uh, maybe do word studies. Here it says, the time of preaching and believing is at an end. Man shall know by his own knowledge. Oh, you know what? Let me say this. I think I'm going to cover it a little later on in the video. Did you brother know that there's a verse that says the new year begins in June? Have y'all ever seen that? Have y'all ever seen that where it says the new year begins in June, or the creator, he called a day in June New Year's Day? I think I'm going to get to it. Okay, Jamia, you said you saw it? Yeah, ain't that a trip? It said that when the sun starts, it starts out from the north line. You know how it's, okay, Dave, so y'all saw that? So is the creator saying that the new year really starts in June? You know what I mean? I mean, in June. He said that's when the sun is like, the sun is at the top of the world, at the North Pole, and it starts its descent downward. The southern hemisphere. To me, it says, but there are two versions. Two versions of what? Two New Years. Two versions. What does the other version say? If you don't mind, put it in the chat. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to keep on with these knowledge verses. There was something that just crossed my mind and I'm forgetting it. I'm trying to get it back so I can share it. What is it? What is it? Shoot. What is it? What is it? Don't let it go. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. It's gone. I'm going to get it back. Jamia said, yeah, the solstices. The solstices, but it says the creator, he distinguished it though, didn't he? When he said that when the moon or when the sun, it takes its course from the north line. It's like he's saying when it begins its course from the north line, wouldn't that be from the north down to the south when it starts, known as the solstice in summer, around June 22nd? Around June 22nd. And isn't it winter solstice when it comes from the southern hemisphere? But the thing that my mind questions is he referring to America? I mean, is he saying that? I mean, well, when the moon begins at the north line in America, isn't it in another place below the equator? You know what I mean? Does that make any sense to anybody? When the sun is at the north line and it begins its journey to the southern, then let me see. Dave says, yep. Yeah, summer solstice, June 21st, December 20th. Now, are we saying that? I mean, you see the question I have. It's like, if the sun, it starts at the north line, then that's the new year right there. Now, are we saying because it's when it's in the north line, then it's not in the southern hemisphere? See? Now, are we saying that the new year comes every 6 months? Are we saying that? You know what I mean? Because December, the winter solstice, And then we have the summer solstice, you know. Dave says, yep, June would be winter solstice below the equator. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But the North Line would not be in the southern hemisphere, right? You know what I mean? And so, you know what? Let me just go ahead and show it to you. You better know the verse, but this I just thought it was interesting, you know? Y'all remember the verse? Yep, here it is right here. It's in Sectantes. Here it is right here. Check this out. Behold, I have set this day apart as the new day in heaven, as a new day in heaven and earth. Now, is it one day or is it for all time? Jimmy says, that's the thing. That's the thing. There are two hemispheres, so I don't, from what, uh, let's see, she says, that's the thing. There are two hemispheres, so I don't, from what hemisphere OAHSPE is written. I got to assume it's the northern here. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you because the North Line, wouldn't he be saying that when the moon starts his run from the North Line, that's the new year? And if a year is so many months, then it's not talking about a year being 6 months. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. Oh, I got it back. Let me say it before I forget it. The thought that I had. I got it back. I got it back. Jesus Christ, it seems he represents Gemini. I'm not saying he is. Because the thing with Gemini, that's a dual, it's like the sign of duality. And if you know Gemini people, they're like one day of the week, and then they're another way, the other day of the week. You know, they are very mutable. They're very, they're changeable. You know what I mean? Those are your mutable signs. They're great at adaptability. But like Asenath was telling us that the Bible, Jesus Christ, he present, this is deep mystery right here. It's very, very deep, man. You know, they're very deep that the creator, he makes him a picture of different spirits wrapped up in one narrative, meaning a character. He takes his character, whereas Luamong meant for Jesus Christ to present, to give an image to the world. It's like the creator said, okay, I'm going to take his spirit and I'm going to make him speak some words that are going to resonate with my children. See, Dave says, if he were born in December, that would make him. No, I'm not saying that Jesus Christ is born in December. I'm not saying that. Yeah, but it would be like from the 23rd of December on to January, that's Capricorn, and up till like the 22nd of December is Sagittarius. But see, Jamia says, my year starts in spring. As of now, it resonates more with me. Yeah, I hear you too, because the things are being born. Everything is new, you know. That's very interesting, though. The scripture here, it says, behold, I have set this day apart as a new day in heaven and earth. Because on this day, the sun takes its course from the north line. And from this time forward, it shall be called the New Year's Day. So shall it be from this time forward, the day of the relief watch in Horeb. A Horeb, a high raised spiritual realm. It's the day of a relief watch. So it sounds like there's a relief once a year in Horeb, a relief watch. And then in Bible study, just to share with you, brother, we had a pretty interesting Bible study yesterday. It was pretty interesting. Maybe I could go ahead and touch on that, you know, maybe go ahead and touch on that. The Bible study that we had the other day. We were reading Saphah Armage, and the brother, he brought out a pretty, I thought it was an amazing point, man. Let me share that. I think it was chapter 2. Now, he basically, let me see if I can find it first. Find the meat of the matter. And I think this is it right here. So let me share it real quick and make a beeline back. I'm gonna probably go a little long since I had that blackout. I ain't gonna start the reading at the normal time so I can catch up. Now let's see if I can find it. Now we were reading this in our Bible study. And if I can't find it right away, I'm just going to share the point of the study yesterday. I'm just going to share it. Now I'm looking for it, where we were at. And was it chapter 2? Was it chapter 1? Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Omian. Hey, brother. Yeah, it's good to see you, man. I hope you're drinking your cinnamon tea. Let me join you in a quick sip. Oh, man, that's great, man. Yep, it closed the wound on my right foot. It closed it, and the other wound is closing fast. The other wound is closing fast. Okay, let me see what Jamia's got. Okay, she wants me to read. Wait, let me go in order. You say chapter 2 is why I don't pray. You talking about Saphah Armage? Chapter 2 is why you don't pray? Wow, I'd like to see this one. Chapter 2 is why I don't pray. Now we can't. Can you give? Can you tell us why instead? Because why I can't go through the whole chapter. But why don't you pray? You say. I don't think I'm going to, unless you have a verse I can go to that'll make your point. Why do you say you don't pray? I'd like to hear this. Let me see. Jamia, in the meantime, let me see if I can go. Okay, let me leave Saphah right there and let me go find Jamia's verse. Let's see what she's got. Okay, let me see. Omi says chapter 2 is talking about prayers in general. I did a video about it. But why don't you say chapter 2 is why you don't pray? Why is that? I'd like to know that. Why you don't pray? If I'm understanding that correctly. Let me see. Book of Saphah. Book of Saphah, verses 78, 81. Book of Saphah, verses 78 through 81. What point do you want to make here, Jamia? What point do you want to make here? Let me try to find it. All right. Oh, okay. I'm reading what you posted there, Omian. Okay, let me see. We say because most of the prayer from earth get answered by familiar spirit. Now, from what I understand, if you pray from a carnal perspective, you probably already know this, then you'll be answered from the perspective from which you pray. You know what I mean? The OAHSPE talks about that. That if you pray, because there was a lesson, I think it's in, what's the name of that book? Where we read about Utiv and Brahma, I think it was. And it said that Brahma's prayer got answered because he prayed from a spiritual perspective. Okay, you say I read that chapter 2 like 4 times, and I was like, nope, nope, no more prayers. Oh, okay. But I think that if you pray for, it's like, in other words, if you pray for carnal things, you'll be answered by a carnal spirit. You pray for spiritual things, you'll be answered by a spiritual being. You'll be answered spiritually. If you pray carnally, you'll receive carnally, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Jamia, now I'm looking for your verse. Let's see. Verse 78. Is that verse 78 to 81? Was that verse 78 to 81? If so, then let me go way down here. Verse 78 to 81. It says, here's verse 78. It says, no, be gone, or your blood shall be upon your head. You defile the holy land of Buddha out of my dominions. You who does not heed the cast of men, be gone. But here, this one sound like, let's see, Jamia. It don't sound like, hey, Jamia, why don't you come on? Why don't you come on the channel and explain what it is you want us to know about this verse you're posting? So I don't see page 1275. Okay. With this version, it might not be the same version though. You know what I mean? Let's see. Page 1275. All right. Let's go down a little more. All right. Go up a little bit. Yeah, Dave, tracks I think, when it comes to prayer. All right, 1275. Okay. What verse did you want us to look at? 78 to 71 or 81? Okay, 78. Is this it? Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. This is page 1276. You wanted me to go to page 1275? What verse you want? And what is the point that you want to bring out? What is the point of this? I'm on page 1275. See, this might be a different edition than the one you have, so the page numbers might not match. So why are you putting that in the chat? Let me see. 1276. Okay. What verse do you want us to look at? 78 to 81. Sun or Saphah, panic, spring or beginning. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Yeah. Sun or Saphah, panic, spring or beginning. Shania. Okay, I see. I see. I see. I see. Summer, beauty, Algonquin. Now the question becomes, why do we have this contradiction? It seems like we are being told that the beginning is in the spring, and then we're told that the beginning is in June, which is summer. Now, there may be something in the context. So we have the sun, which is spring, as the beginning. And then we go back and we see that the new day in heaven, which is called the new year. So I think I'll leave that alone. That's just something, maybe the answer will come out. I just brought it out because I thought it was interesting. I mean, I know in the Bible it says that the spring is the beginning of the new year because everything is, sprouting and coming back to life. And it's almost like childbirth, the life coming into the earth. Then the Creator says that the new year is when the sun, it begins its journey from the north line, which is June. So I don't know. I know we'll get the answer though. So let me go ahead and just share some more. I was looking at knowledge, and there's something I wanted to share from knowledge, or doing a study on knowledge. I don't think I'm going to be able to get there. Let me hang out here for a couple more minutes, looking at some knowledge verses. And then if it'll let me share my screen. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So I'm looking at a couple of more knowledge verses, and I was sharing earlier in the video how knowledge affects us, and how the Creator, how He uses it to drive us to. I believe He uses our thirst for knowledge to drive us right to His highest kingdom. Jimmy says, "I don't live above the earth. It's corporal understanding." Yeah, I don't know let me see if I get what you're saying. The Creator says it's the new year when the sun starts this journey from the north line. And He's the one that calls it a New Year's Day. So I don't think that the perspective that wherever we are, I mean, if you're in, South Africa and the sun is at the earthly perspective. I get it now. Because if somebody's somebody else in the world, then the North Line is going to be a different season. You know what I mean? Like if the North Line is the start of the new year, and the Creator says it's the beginning of, let me go back to the page. And people living all over the world, when the sun begins this journey in the North Line, it's going to be people who are in a different season somewhere else in the world. So I'll leave it alone for right now because I don't have full understanding on it. We see Dave says the Earth's tilt is governed between the two tropics. Yeah, Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, yeah, Jamia, you say from an earthly point of view, yeah, because agriculturally, the summer or the springtime is when things begin. You know, people can start planting and reaping, beginning the planting and reaping process. Planting in the spring and the summer, the reaping, and the spring, the renewal of all things. And yeah, okay, so I'm with you there. So this phrase here, when he says the new year is from the north line, when the sun starts its course from the north line, I think it's just more some spiritual context. I can't see it any other way. So let me go back to the knowledge verses. Let me go back to the knowledge verses and do a couple of more of those. I'm going to try to squeeze in a couple of the rooms, a couple of the verses from the room, and then go into the reading. So just bear with me. I just found it interesting when I was thinking about knowledge and how it affects man and how the Creator uses it. Now, here's one. It says, the time of preaching and believing is at an end. Man shall know by his own knowledge and practice which he knows in this. My light is being manifested in this day. Then another verse. Hey, Nazarene. Hey, brother. Thanks for checking in. Good to see you, brother. And then we're looking at some knowledge verses. I was sharing earlier in the video about the Creator. He used knowledge to help us to ascend, to teach us how to think, to help us to decide what is right and what is not right, it seems. And I was sharing about a lot of men, they get a hold of knowledge and they corrupt it because it gives them power. It gives them power over other people. I shared a lot of times about when I was a Hebrew Israelite and the power that they give you is what is the misuse of knowledge, really. Misuse of knowledge. And so I just want to look at it from the OAHSPE standpoint and compare it with how with the way many men in this reality, they fall in love with knowledge, but they don't fall in love with the Creator. There's a difference. There's a difference. I think, I think that's the real danger that I can see with my own eyes, where conversion is only skin deep. It's only skin deep, meaning I've seen where men fall in love with knowledge, but they don't fall in love with the spirit of knowledge is only here for a little while. Our knowledge is only, and then we're going to move on. It's going to be a whole new reality. And I think that's why the Creator, he pointed to our character that's going to be forever. I mean, our character is like the objective for us now is to make change constitutional, I call it, changes to our character. I mean, these are changes that are fundamental to our character, our foundation. When I read the OAHSPE, man, I see that that's where the Creator is headed. You can have all the knowledge in the world, man, but if it's only skin deep, from what I can see, you just kind of wasting your time. When you read the OAHSPE, it say that some brethren, they're not able to stand the light of the upper reality. They can't stand it. It's not anything vindictive that keeps us out of higher realms. It's because we wouldn't be able to handle it if we don't have the ability You know what I mean? From what I read in the OAHSPE, you might have knowledge, man, but if you do not have the fruits of the spirit, see, from what I can read in the OAHSPE, the creator, he points to that, not what you know. Although we need it, we need to know so that we do need to learn, because I do recall reading where the creator, he said that people will be easily duped. I mean, you cross over, it's a mind-blowing experience, man. You'll agree with any and everybody that comes your way. I mean, whether devil or angel, or, meaning righteous angel or or unrighteous. Well, I mean, I think that where the creator, he shows us, it'll be so mind blowing. We'll be willing to agree with anything that comes along. Whatever they tell us to do, we'll do it. But I think that I also read in the OAHSPE, the creator, he says that our knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems that if we would have that if we have a degree of knowledge, then that we can be delivered by that sort of thing, that it can help us. We read in the account where the initiates, y'all remember the initiates in the OAHSPE? I can't remember what book, the account that it gives, where the initiate, they be asking him all kinds of questions. Where are you going? What are you doing? Who are you looking for? One came, Brahma came out of one corner. Christ came out of another corner. Y'all remember that account? After the creation of man, the creator Job, he said to him, so that you shall know you are the work of my hand. I have given you capacity for knowledge, power, and dominion. This was the first era. Let's look at another verse, then I'm going to go to my room and look at a couple more verses, and then get and do the reading. And I'm just looking at different verses and not trying to give the context right now. If only I had a starting point from which to estimate your wonderful decrees, or could find a road in which I would never stumble. But yet, O Jehovah, I will not complain because of the way of your works. You have invented a limit to my understanding, by which I am reminded of you to call upon your name. I perceive my own vanity, that were all knowledge mine, I would become less beholden to you. And brother, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Let me see. Dave says you read part of it in the book of Saphah. Were you talking to me, bro, or somebody else? And so, ain't this the truth? The way that men will treat knowledge, and it's like we'll turn. I've seen that I've seen that too. And you read about that all the time. I'm telling you, man, I've seen in my life where me. What was it that I read in part of the book of Saphah? It must have had something to do with shoot, I forgot what I read. But I have seen where men, they get it, they get knowledge, and they forget the creator. Especially in this world, in this reality, once a man gets a little knowledge, the first thing he does is he runs out and starts a church, because he knows you don't have it, because you don't read. Spirituality, they know that we live in a reality where people, they talk how much they love God, and they wearing the cross, and it's a terrible thing, and I don't want to sound harsh, man, but it's like a baby saying that they didn't take that cookie, and they got crumbs all over their lips, and half of the cookie is in their hand behind their back. I mean, they're lying, is what I'm saying. Oh, okay. That's what's in Saphah about Buddha confronting an initiate on Jehovah. Yeah. So knowledge, I mean, in that case, Creator, he seemed to be showing us where when we cross over, I don't know how it goes, the order of things. It seems like it's hard to harmonize you read different accounts and this is going to happen to us and that's going to happen to us. And even in the Bible, it talks about the devil and the angel disputing over the body of Moses. You read in OAHSPE, it talks about an initiate getting questioned, where are you going? Who's the God you worship? And so the Creator seems to be, I know that there's a purpose for the things we learn. But if you're ignorant, then the OAHSPE said you'll be easily duped. Easily duped. He does say that, doesn't he? I mean, what do you think he means when he gives us that account? I forget where it's at. Can't really try to find it right now. Remember, he said that he gives you the picture. Somebody, they cross it over and you get the picture. They out of their wits, don't know what's going on, spent your life not really caring, not really, for some reason, you had no time to try to sit and learn what the will of the Creator is. And now here you are in this place and these spirits are coming along. Hey, who's your God? Jesus Christ, come with me. I mean, now I could be wrong, man, but that's the picture the OAHSPE gives. That it sounds like even in the spiritual realm, we're going to have to learn to give an answer. I mean, it don't seem like knowledge ceases when we go into our spiritual self. And it just, I don't know, man, it just seemed to make sense to me. Let me see. Dave says, that's where wisdom comes in, to be able to differentiate between the true and false God. I'm with you. I am with you. I think the Creator, he makes it simple too. Number one, we know not to deal with deities. The Creator, he done named them. And it's not hard to learn. And I think that faithists, they have it down in their soul what we can expect so that we don't get overran by the newness of the situation. I think that we'll be able to give an account of ourselves. At least I hope so. I hope that's the case. I hope I'm not, none of us are running in vain where you're getting if your conversion is really only skin deep, where a lot, but your actions, they belie the truth. And I'm sure in one way or another, all of our actions belie the truth, meaning that we're not 100% perfect. You know what I mean? I think that's the issue between you and the Creator. But I do see where there's a love, love of knowledge, and it's a terrible thing because even that can, men taken away because of their knowledge. You get taken away. You love yourself. You love the power you have. So here, let me see if I can. I'm not going to be able to find that one verse I wanted to share. Let's see. So let me try to go. You give a couple more, and then go to my room. I want to look at a couple of verses there, then go to the reading. I'm looking at this right here. I don't think I'm going to share it. It talks about those who died in infancy. That's pretty interesting. They not having matured in the spiritual. It says the angels understood the commandments of Jehovah according to their knowledge in the ethereal heavens, being hearers of other planets. Hearers of other planets. Having died in infancy, having matured in the spiritual world. But they did not understand the Creator regarding the practice of the lower heavenly kingdoms. And for that reason, their knowledge was incomplete. Now, it makes you want to go on. It says, Jehovah said, I do not condemn you because you have become joint procreations with the Ashuans. Talk about the eye hens and the Asuans. Are the eye hens mating with, who was it? The uh, Asu and the Ahuans were the progeny. It says, for you've done two, sir. Okay, so that's going into another account. You can read that though if you want. So let's see. Let's try one more verse on knowledge. Let's try one more verse and see if okay, no. Again, Joby said, when man has fulfilled his time in the lower heaven, I prepare him by ample teachers for a higher resurrection. As brides and bridegrooms, my hosts adorn them, and I come in a sea of fire. It sounds like sea of fire. Fire meaning separation and purity and protection. It says, my hosts adorn them, and I come in a sea of fire. First man was welded to the earth by me, solemnized. Solemnized means he was made so, made binding, deep sealed, sanctified. And without man's knowledge, then to the lower heaven he was wed, laboring with spirits and mortals. So let me read that real quick again. It says, and Jehovah said, when man has fulfilled his time in the lower heaven, I prepare him by ample teachers for a higher resurrection. As brides and bridegrooms, my hosts adorn them, and I come in the sea of fire. First man was wedded to the earth, by me solemnized, meaning made the way he was made. And without man's knowledge, then to, so we were saying we were brought here without our knowledge, and then to the lower heaven. Well, the earth is the lower heaven, isn't it? Or is it atmosphere? Man was, without man's knowledge, into the lower heaven he was wed, laboring with spirits and mortals. All right, I'm gonna stop there. I want to let me go back to my room real quick and look at a couple of those verses, and then go to the reading. Some verses that I wanted to try to share. Okay, here's something about the Ark of Bond that I asked AI. Got to close my curtains. 1 second. Yep, Dave, only the crater is 100% perfect. Okay. So here's something that I wanted to share about the Ark of Bond. The Ark of Bond. Now, I got to check this out because it could be wrong. It could be talking about another cycle. All right, the Archibon. I think the Archibon was what, like, let me see, Archibon, Archispeda. So what, like 1800 to 1500 BC? I think that's the Archibon, right? Let me see. Speda. Let me see. Bond, Speda, Bond. Yeah, before Cosmin is, isn't it Speda? I think it's Speda, right? Archispeda. And then before that is Archibon. Well, anyway, it's just showing you the character. See, now when you look at this, now we could learn. We could learn. See, now we can go and look at the characteristics of this time period. And if I'm not mistaken, the Ark of Bond was like from the, would it be like the 1300s to the 1500 BC. I think that would be the time, unless I've got Bond and Speda mixed up. And I think that's where you got to watch AI. And hey, Armageddon. Oh, never seen you before. But welcome to the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've never seen you before. I don't know if I know you. Welcome to the room. This is a room where we talk about the OAHSPE Bible. Don't know if you heard of it. And if you come in peace, you're welcome to be here. Uh, we are brethren who subscribe to the OAHSPE Bible, a new revelation that was given in the 1800s to prepare us for the time that we're in right now. And it's not popular. It's not, what's a good word for received? It's not very well received. But among those who know, it, wow, you go way back. Boy, I would love to know who you are. That was like what, 11, 12 years ago? I had the turkey, beans, and rice ministry. You go way back then? Man, it's good to see you. You know, you don't have to tell me who you are, but man, it's good to be remembered from way back when. Dang, bro, it's good to see you, man, whoever you are. If you want to come on the chat and say hi or introduce yourself, then I got the link in the chat here. Shoot, that was back when I was a Hebrew Israelite. Are you into the OAHSPE now? Do you know about the OAHSPE, brother? Do you subscribe to the OAHSPE? Have you heard about it? Oh, yeah. For those of you brethren who don't know, when I lived in Sacramento, California, and I used to do my videos at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or I used to actually do them around 12 noon. And I don't know why it was a pet peeve. It used to really make me mad when the ice cream truck, when I was doing a video, it would stop right under my window. I lived on the second floor, and it would come at the same time, and it just vexed the hell out of me. That truck, it would stop right up under my window, and that bell would start ringing, and it used to really piss me off, you know. But that was a long time ago, like 10 or 11 years ago. So this brother here is saying that he was hanging out with me back then. Man, it's good to see you. I hope that you enjoy. I hope that you can subscribe to the OAHSPE. It's not very popular. It's not very well received, but the evidence and the anointing behind it is just, yeah, the Nag Hammadi. When I used to talk a lot about the Nag Hammadi. Yeah. Well, brother, it's a new day, man. You know, it's a new day. The Creator, He let me go down that zigzag road, and now this is just another step in my growth process. I hope that you are growing as well. I think that it's been a journey for me, and I love every step of it. The Creator, He makes you go on a journey. He'll let you walk in deception. He'll let you, I mean, it's like a test to see if you're genuine. And if you can pass that test, man, you know, I'm glad brother, you blessed my soul being here, man. You know, I hope that you can subscribe to the things that are going out of this room. So let me get back. Thanks for joining. I hope that you consider coming on and introducing yourself if you want, and you know, having fellowship with it. So I hope you consider it. I have to warn you though that we're finding out that how problematic the Bible is. Very, very problematic, man. How problematic Christianity is. One of the things I warn about on my video is deity worship. The Creator he's now telling his sons and daughters that, like he said in the book of Acts, the times of this ignorance that the Creator, he said he winked at. But now he's saying he command men everywhere to repent. And it kind of makes sense that he let us deceive ourselves so that those who really can attain to his voice, they will, it don't matter what they're under, they're going to come away. Mahalia, sis. All right. All right. Mahalia. All right. Thank you for checking in, sister. Man, Armageddon, man. Boy, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you. I don't know who you are, but it's good to, you obviously were, you were checking in with me way back then. See, Nazarene says, yeah, okay, the arc cycle. Speeda, Bond, and Cosmic. Thanks, brother. Thank you. Speeda, Bond, and Cosmic. Now, the thing that is interesting, see, now we can go back in history and we can look at the markers of those arc cycles that the creator talks about, and we can look at how the creator, how he describes them, and it further glorifies the OAHSPE Bible. So here, I posted, because there were like 20, we're like in the 25th arc cycle, I think, right? Or 24th, 25th. I think we're in like, we're in the arc of Cosmic now. So, okay, drop the link. So if Brother Armageddon, okay, I don't know if he wants to, but man, he's certainly welcome, man. That'll really bless my soul. Because I was a racist back then. Nobody came down harder on the white man. Oh, Jamia beat me too. Jamia, thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Yeah, so I hope Armageddon. I hope I hope you can pick up that. I repent of the. I am a Hebrew Israelite, but doctrinally, I'm no longer a Hebrew Israelite. As sure as I'm sure if that was way back then, you could tell, because I used to crush white people. I really, and you know what? That reminds me of something that I want to show you, brother, man. You know what? Now I found another. Let me see if I see. That's the way it is, man. You do these videos and you just get too much coming at you. I just get too much. It's like a billion things start coming to you. Now I wanted to show somebody. I wanted to show y'all. There's a verse. Okay, all right, brother. Thank you. Listening. Okay. My schedule is Monday to. I come on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, off on the weekend at this time. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. All right, man. Everybody checking in. Look at there, daughter of the Great Spirit. Wow, man. Life is beautiful. Now there was a verse, and you see how I get off. I get sidetracked. It's just too much good stuff, man. Now, there was a verse where do you know? I know you, brother, know it. Where in the OAHSPE, see, this is why we shouldn't need to. We don't need to seek our rights. We just don't need to do it, man. You just don't need to do it. Because the creator said, now there's a verse, one of y'all is probably going to find it in the OAHSPE where he said, he's going to make it goes along with that verse in the Bible where he said he's going to make he's going to restore the years the locust is eaten. Now that's in the Bible and I think it's true. He said he's going to restore the years that the locust is eaten. But did you know in the OAHSPE Bible, he said that I'm going to paraphrase it. He said he's going to make everybody pay back. Kings, queens, emperors, rich men. He said he's going to make you brethren probably know where that is. I'm going to see if I can find it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. I thought it just struck me. Here it is. Here it is. See? Check it out. I think this is the book of judgment. Now look at this. See? It says, and for all the prophet and servants. See? For all the prophets, and it made, to be honest, it made me think of slavery. It made me think of slavery. Because it says, and for all the prophet and service the king receives on earth, and all situations identical with slavery. See? I'm not a racist anymore. And here the creator seems to say, hey, look, man, all men are my children. Where do you think life comes from? Why is somebody calling? I got to take this phone call, brother. Oh, I was expecting somebody to call me, and if it's who I think it is, then I missed the call. I'm sorry, Brendan. I gotta check this out. Oh, okay, good. All right, good enough. I'm sorry, Brendan. I had to. I When somebody calls me this late like that, then all right. I'm sorry about that. Now, where was I? This verse right here made me think of slavery, and it applies to all people who have been under this condition, where you've been taken advantage of by the powers that be. Well, look what the Creator says. Look what the Creator says. He says that for all the so see now when you look at the people of the earth, the oppressed people, you see, and you know that this is a reality where people get taken advantage of, right? That's really the system we live under. It's called capitalism, where you get capitalized off of because we're not all created the same. And there are people with comprehension abilities, and when they see that they have that gift, you're at a crossroad. Are you going to use it for righteousness, or you know what I mean? Or are you going to walk on the you know the wrong side? And the first thing a person's going to do is gonna I'm going to take advantage of you. If I have a gun, then I'm going to use it to my best interest. I'm going to force you to serve me. And that's the way, I mean, that's the kingdom we live under. If I'm smarter than you, I'm going to I'm going to gather resources to myself. I'm going to employ you. I'm going to take advantage of you. And then now look what the Creator says. He says, and for all the profit and service the king receives on earth from his subjects, the king receives on earth from his subjects, he shall render back to them. You're going to pay it back, brother. He said, either on earth or in heaven. You're going to pay it back, brother. You see? And then I put, now call me kooky, but this sounds like reparations to me for all who fall in this category. All the oppressed, all the taken advantage of. Oh, shoot, Armageddon, I didn't see what you posted here. Yes, You are right about that, man. The law, statute, and commandment, brethren, made the Bible into an idol. The Hebrew Israelites, yeah. And you can see the creator in all this. I mean, think about, I love to use earthly examples. Like now this happened to me too. Unfortunately, I don't like the way it happened. And I didn't know what was happening when I was going through it. And I'm a nonviolent person. I don't have a Libra is a nonviolent person in heart. But this girl had me contending for the heavyweight championship of the world, man. I mean, not literally. I mean, I had to do a lot of scrapping. She put me in a lot of situations where, I ended up having to toss knuckles with guys, you know? And I didn't know what was happening. I found myself in these situations that go against my vibration, that I was put in. It wasn't my will. And I didn't know what was going on, really. And because I forget why I'm bringing up this point. I forgot why I brought up this point. I was reading what the brother said. The law, statute, commandments, brothers, made the Bible into an idol. And I wanted to make a point. I went to the story. And I think eventually I was going to say the creator, that he, like I was saying earlier, he takes you down roads to see if you're sincere. Then the thought came to my mind of experiences I had that I think that one girlfriend in particular, to see if I really loved her and would I fight for her. And it was like proof to her, are you sincere about me? And I think I was going to say that the Creator gave us the Bible and we followed it. But then when it came time for him to expose it, I think that he said to his sons and daughters, now what are you going to do? Are you going to love me, or are you going to hold on to the Bible? See, that's one hell of a decision, because people have all their life loved this one thing. And you should be able to see how the Creator, he sets you up, because he's going to find out whether or not you really do, or if you're sincere or not. See, I think that's why I thought of the story. If people can do it on earth and test your sincerity for them, don't you think that the Creator can do? And people do it to one another all the time. Want to test your love? Do you really? You say you do, but do you really? Now I just happened to fall into an unfortunate situation, and that's not, to me, that's not love. Putting somebody in situation, and I know that goes on a lot. It's a terrible thing, man. It's a terrible thing. It's like everybody, the whole world wants to know how you really feel about them. And they just do it the wrong way. What a Creator. He gave men the Bible. And now we in the cosmic era, and he's going to see if his sons, and he's going to see who they are. Not like he don't already know. You know what I mean? He's going to test you. You're going to get tested. All right. See, because it ain't going to be no complaining going on when we see the result of our endurance. See, it ain't going to be no complaining now. See, when it's all good, when we see the glory, when we see our blessing, when we see why we had to go through all this, we came into the flesh, we dealt with the beast kingdom, they afflicted us, we endured, and then we crossed. Not like we want recompense, but the Creator, he said he's going to bring it. This verse right here, that's why I'm sharing it. He said, hey, I'm going to bring it, man. because part of his character is equity, balance, judgment. See, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, man. So here, oh man, you know what? It's time for the end of the video. And I did, oh man, how does that happen? It's the end of the video. Oh, I started late. Because I had a blackout. Okay, I remember that. Well, okay, let me read a little bit. Shoot, man, I wanted to talk about, now the name of the video is the Saphah Prologue. I also wanted to talk about Sepenta Armage. I didn't get to that. And so I'll just tell you what we learned yesterday in the room. And we did in the Bible study, we talked about Sepenta Armage here on the screen. And the lesson was that the Creator, he showed us that he had her give an account of the earth. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, man. This is an account where he had Sepenta Armage, a daughteress, a goddess of the Creator. He basically told her, go and check out the earth. Give me a progress report. And it sounded like so he could decide if we was going to go on. The account that we read yesterday or in the Bible study, it sounded like the Creator said, he told Sepenta, go check out the earth, go measure it, take the spiritual grade, report back to me. And it was like the Creator, he said, it was like he was going to decide if the earth should go, evidently he decided to let us go on because we're here. Now we know we got like another 70,000 years before we go into the fall, if I'm not mistaken, or is it total life? Is that the total life left of the earth, 70-some thousand years? I mean, at some point, we're in summer right now, which I think is the habitable age. Isn't that what Selah says? The study he did. We're in the habitable age right now. We can live on the earth. The temperature is right. The environment is right. But the temperature is going to reach where man is going to dissolve, so to speak. He's going to fade away. He's going to mortals are going to become extinct. The world is going to dissolve. And then the cycle picks back up again. So we're in this short period of time. Well, a lifetime is really short compared to the rest of the life of the earth that the OAHSPE says the earth has left, you see. So the beauty of the plan of the Creator, number one, he's got to find out what's in our hearts. If people on the earth do it, then that came from, even though it's corrupted the way it's done on the earth. That's why I shared the story. I'm not the only one. There are brothers. There are women too, It's a terrible thing to test a woman's love. I wouldn't do that, man, because the situation in a relationship can get so thick, at least at the start. Now, not all the time, but the things that they will do for you is kind of scary, So there's a righteousness to it. There's an earthly type of testing, and then the Creator, it seems like, he has ways of finding out about the inside of you too. The law, statute, and commandment, brethren, made an idol of the Bible. They won't leave it. They won't break from it. They just won't, man. And that shows you, that the power of the false gods and the evil spirit, I think I'm going to pick up tomorrow, Creator willing. I think I'm going to end the video. I don't want to try to rush through the prologue of Saphah. I ain't going to try to rush through it. But Sapenta, again, it was like she gave the report back to the creator to decide whether to let the world go on. That's what it sounded like. I'm just scrolling a little bit over here. And now we in a situation while you can see, now I know that creator, he give us cosmogony and prophecy, and he tells us the cycles of the earth and how long it's going to go on, but it never said that he can decide differently and end the program, you see? And we in the situation in this reality, I'm telling you, brethren, you might not be like me, and it's cool, because I like to look at the world, and then I like to come back and report to you, brother. What's out? Sometimes I go outside of the camp, you know what I mean, and go spy on the world, and then I like to report back to you, brethren, what they doing out there, because I know a lot of you brethren not like me. You don't care what's going on out there, and I really respect that in you. I really respect that in you, brethren. You don't waste your time. I really respect that. I just feel that the creator, like Sapenta, he gives you an assignment. Go out to camp, go look at what they doing, report back to me, and I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna let them go on. I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna let them go on. They so evil down. Look at what they kill. I mean, a life, it don't mean nothing. You're like, if we were in Israel, if we were in Gaza, don't think that because we fake this, oh, make sure you don't bomb that area. There's some fake to some. They don't give a damn about life and of the way this reality is. You wouldn't believe it, man. I mean, deception, the government, man, the corruption. They don't care if they lie. They don't care if I mean, it's bad. What the hell do they care about some spiritual grade? That's where we live. Here, I'm a single brother, right? Do you know? You know what? Let me see. I bought like 14 items. 14 items. Canned vegetarian chili. What else did I buy? I bought some vegan milk. I bought some plant eggs. I bought some canned vegan chili. I bought some green onions. I bought some. Okay, altogether, do you know I bought like 20 items and it was nearly $200? It was nearly $200. Matter of fact, I can show you. Look at this. Look at this. Let me show you something, man. Let me show you something. Dave, stop typing, share the tab because I'm going to the site first. So just stop. Do not post it. I'm going to the site first. So don't try it. You or Jamia. Don't even try it. Okay, now here it is right here. Now, this is my Amazon, right? Look what I bought and look how much it is. Look at this. Okay, now here, let me see. Can you see the screen? Yeah. Okay, now look. This is what I bought. Okay, now I want you to see how much it costs, right? Okay, where is it at? Right here, right? Okay, look at this. I know you waiting on me, man. I'm watching you, brother. Now look at this stuff here. See that? Look, one, two. Okay, here's the quantity over here on the right hand side. Now this is the stuff I bought. All right, you see that? Okay, that's what I bought. Now look at the price. Look at the price. Where's the price at? Where's the price? See, matter of fact, look at this. Look at the price over. This is for a can. Look up. Look at that. Plant strong, organic, chunky chipotle chili. Right? Look, that's one can of food. See? You see that? It's $8, man. Okay, this was a little better. And when they came, though, see, it's 15 ounces of food. I bought two of them. It was $9. Now, do you know 15 ounce? Okay, that's like the size of your hand. Okay, like I got a big hand. All right, so it's still around there, right? All right, now see, look. Now, this is what I bought, right? Now, let me find the price tag. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the price tag. How can I get to the price tag? I can't find the price tag. Now, shoot. Now, how do you get to the price tag? Hmm. The price tag is nearly $200. It's nearly $200 for what I showed you. Out here, out here in California. Oh, nope. There it is right there. You see it? Look at that. You see that? Look how much it is. See? $167.71 for this stuff right here. Okay, well, the same. Well, you saw it. You know what I mean? I can't find the looking for the so anyway, just to give you an idea of now imagine me as a single guy, you know, I can deal with it better than someone with a family out here. That's how things are in this reality. You see? We in a situation where it's really tough. The corruption, the imbalance, and really it's because now I forget why I initially got on this point. I forget where I was headed, but I think I was trying to make the point, and I don't think that I'm saying anything new to anybody. I forget why I brought that point up. I think it has to do somehow to the system that we live under. Again, I know I ain't saying anything new to anybody, but ultimately we are reaping the fruit of our corruption as a government of people. I mean, other nations, they are starting to do business with themselves and not with America. That means that there ain't going to be nowhere to spend dollars to. Yeah, daughter the great. I mean, see, I'm with this ain't the spiritual realm at all. You know, I paid 106, and really it was more. I don't have the breakdown because they have taxes. You know what I mean? And they just throw all type of service fees. You know, in other words, this is the decline, and it's I just end it there, man. You get my drift. You know, I think that our spiritual grade is got to be somewhere in the tank. And the creator he said, it's a to go, measure the earth. I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to let them go on. There ain't going to be no harvest. They down there, they corrupt. The people who's supposed to be leading them are stuffing their own pockets. So I'm gonna just you brother get the drift. I don't mean to be redundant, but let me see. The link is in the room. If you want to come on and make a comment or anything, please, man, feel free. It don't have to be about anything we talked about. The floor is yours. And if you want, I'll play devil's advocate with you. But before I close out, let me see if anybody wants to share anything. Uh, I think that the creator, again, he uses me to report the things that I see in this reality. He put me in a situation where I can pretty much I could play spy and let you brethren know the imbalance that's in the world, the corruption, the condition of people. To tell you empirically, like sometimes I talk about geopolitical and soil and green. I saw that movie, brother, but I don't know if that. Well, okay, I get it because soil and green. Ace you talk a lot about that. Where what was that movie about? They were eating people, right? Isn't that what Soylent Green was about? Things were so expensive, they just started eating people. I think that's what it was about. But ultimately, man, it's just that we can't govern ourselves. I think the creator, he just letting us every generation, just letting us, you know, and it's for our lesson. So we can, I think but anyway, brethren, shoot, man, nobody wants to come on and, you don't want to share anything about what we talked about or anything that you looking at, anything you want to encourage brethren with. Nobody has anything, then it's a good time for me to go ahead and close the video. Armageddon, man, it's good to see you. How did you find me, man? You just happened upon my video? It just, by mistake? Where do you live? What city you live in? Are you the brother from New York? Are you the brother from New York? You're kind of coming back to my mind. I remember that moniker, that's for sure. But I recall having some dialogue with a brother way back then who I'm wondering if that was you. That's back when I used to do the news. I used to do the news. But anyhow, it's good to see you, man. If you don't mind, with your permission, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I hope you keep coming back. We talk about the OAHSPE. It's a pretty much new revelation. It's the creator. It's him calling his brethren. He calling his children to come up out of the deception. And he's doing it powerfully, man. It's almost a shame to see what the creator is doing to what the OAHSPE does to the Bible. The real shame is having to look at brethren. I find that's kind of hard on me, like when brothers see and Armageddon, go to Selah Shalom's channel if you want. Go to Selah Shalom's channel. There's a brother named is SELAH. Your brother has a real gift, man, for breaking down the OAHSPE and sharing what it's all about. Real good channel. Very easy to understand, But it's a shame, man. There are brethren in our number. Oh, yes! Battle Ravage. Yes, I remember you. I remember you, brother. Yeah, we used to talk all the time. I'm glad you found me, man. Man, it's good to see an old friend, It's good to see an old friend. What? Yeah, Hey Fritz, I like the way you spell it. Let me see. You spelled it in the room in the study yesterday. You spelled it FRW, I think. F, no, you spelled FWRITUZ. So I started practicing saying. I started practicing saying that. But anyway, Armageddon, it's a shame. There are some brethren in our number, who they do debates with the Hebrew Israelites, and it's a terrible shame what they do to them. You know. Uh, okay, yeah. Let me go to his channel. Let me go to the brother's channel and drop the link. So if our Battle Ravage, if he wants to check it out. So let's see. Let's put the link in the room. All right. Oh, you know what? I got it in the description box. I got it in the description box. If you go to the description box, I got the link in there. Oh, he Nazarene beat me to it. Okay, thanks, brother. I appreciate that. And see, I'm coming in second place. But it's a shame. It's a terrible shame, man, what these brothers do to the Hebrew Israelites. I mean, back when you knew me, I mean, you know what I mean. Back then, way back then, I thought it was impossible for anybody to come against a Hebrew Israelite. But then look and see what the Creator can do. Look at those debates, and then look at what a Creator. Look at what the could. Look at what the Creator can do. I mean, you know, man's wisdom and the Creator's wisdom. It's like a drop in the bucket. It's like a little drop. You know what I mean? So, brother, I can't say enough. Thank you. I'm glad to reconnect with you. I think that's the best I can do for right now for this video. I appreciate you, brother, joining me. Truly, man. That blesses my soul to be able to have you, brethren, check in and we can have fellowship with one another and encourage one another and this journey that we on. We really need to get with one another. We in a situation, Creator, He taking away the foundation of the world. When you see that people, they can just be people, they can just be killed like it ain't nothing. Like it ain't nothing for the love of money, for power and greed. And we're going to somehow, I know, not everybody. See, we looking over there right now. We saying, man, it's too bad what's going on over there. That's coming over here. You can see it coming, man. And it's an interesting thing about Kamala Harris. I remember when I was sharing the Nag Hammadi prophesies of a woman that was going to bring this. I don't know how, because you know, OAHSPE says we got another 70,000 years that the earth goes on. I don't know if that's speaking, or 144,000 is it? And then 70,000 for men, for mortals. So the Nag Hammadi talks about how a woman was going to play a hell of a role. And I think it's talking about the time we live in. It could be Kamala Harris. I don't know. It talks about Sophia with witless wrath was going to destroy that which she created. Talking about the fallen angels. So we're going to see. Well, that's the best I can do for right now. Again, man, brother Battle Ravage, I'm so glad that, man, you blessed my soul today, man. Subscribe to one of the rooms in the description box because, we are just a fellowship of brethren. I like to try to share things that I read. So if you don't know much about the OAHSPE, then you can at least from time to time check into one of the rooms I have in my description box and get yourself some spiritual food. And hopefully you can subscribe to it and just join us for fellowship. And, so want to give thanks to the Creator for this opportunity and bringing my brother back to me, and spiritual brother, for the opportunity to share this word. I want to ask forgiveness for the mistakes I've been making and have made and will make in the future, and to pray for that you would bless my brethren and those who would see the video. Give us endurance, peace, love, light, and protection, mercy, and grace. And brethren, again, thank you. Blessing my soul, checking in with me. Till I see you again, Creator be with you. Shalom.